It's your bank statement, it's your income, your name's on the bank statement.
I don't
and you have given us the application, you put in the papers. Please tell me why you've submitted a false document.
I have my business meeting to attend. I have so many things to attend.
But it's an emergency travel document, surely. But they're issued within 24 hours.
That's why I'm surprised.
He says he's a business owner in Pakistan running a fruit and vegetable business, export business. He's out of 30 months, he's spent 26 and a half months here.
Okay, this gentleman's applied under the old highly skilled migrant scheme, so it's now known as the points-based system. He sent his documents off to the UK to prove that he is a highly skilled migrant. He has to show that he achieved 75 points from his age, his qualifications and his previous earnings. And who completed your application form?
Sorry?
Who completed your application form?
Me.
And are the details on your form correct?
Yeah.
What did you get points for?
My graduation and my age.
And which college did you go to? Did you go to Osmania itself or to a different college?
Osmania itself.
When did you start at Osmania?
I think 2000, it's 1999, something like that.
Okay. And what subject was your degree in?
Sorry.
What did you specialise in for your degree?
Yeah, so, all right. Actually, it's a long time, so I can't remember.
Officer Brown records every answer, no matter how vague.
So you can't tell me what speciality you did your degree in?
It might be in accounting.
It might be. What do you mean might be in accounting?
No, I think it's in accounting, finance sector.
Officer Gander is responsible for checking the documents of the man being interviewed by Officer Brown. It doesn't take long to arouse her suspicions. Osmania University in India is genuine. The certificate is fake. Now Officer Gander wants to know more about his other documents.
This bank statement does not look genuine to me, and it's having spelling errors. And then applicant has submitted a huge transaction, huge balance. Balance is very high. Right, sir, my name is Bhavna and I'm calling from the British High Commission, New Delhi. I would be very grateful if you could verify this bank statement for me. Sir, I would like to verify 3 things in this account. One would be who is the account holder's name. Second, it's part of
the bank confirms the man does have an account.
Yeah, because
as the balance is unusually high, Officer Gander checks if the statement is genuine.
Could you tell me the transaction on 8/4/2008? There is a salary transfer of 45,000. So no transaction happened on 8/4/2008, right? Thank you, sir, so much. Okay, bye-bye, sir. Yeah. I got the written confirmation on this case from my bank manager.
Okay, what was the result?
It's forged. The statement produced by an applicant is false.
Okay.
And he has sent me an original bank statement.
And this is the one from the bank, and it's not showing any of the salary deposits,
nothing.
so it totally doesn't match up.
So none of the transaction match with their records. It's all forged.
In the interview, the man is unaware that Officer Brown knows all about his fraudulent documents.
What do you do in India?
I work as a financial analyst.
What is your income?
It's around 45,000 per month.
Is that before tax or after tax?
It's after tax.
What is your salary before tax?
It's gonna be around 6 lakhs something. 6 lakhs
6
or
lakhs per
below
year?
6 lakhs, yeah.
If you were earning 6 lakhs per year and paying tax, you wouldn't take home 45,000 rupees per month. Can you explain this?
Yeah, actually, that's it's not the the basic coming in. It's like all my overtime and everything.
So you don't declare your overtime on your tax returns, is that right?
You can't say that. But it's like it's all company technical things. Actually I don't know how they do that.
Sure.
Can I have a glass of water, please?
I'll get somebody to get you one.
All right.
Can you get him some water, please? Yes, please.
Officer Brown now makes his main move.
You have given us a bank statement.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the last transaction that is shown on your account?
I usually I don't like do all this bank statement and all. My wife usually take care of all these things, and she I just signed a check for a month. And
What day every month do you get paid?
I think 7th of.
Is that when the money goes into your account?
Yeah.
Okay, as part of your application process, we've checked your bank statement with the bank. The bank have told us that the statement you've given us is not genuine. Can you explain this?
Actually, I got no idea regarding these things.
Sorry?
I got no idea why they have sent that.
Can you tell us why you have given us a false document?
Actually, it's actually I don't have knowledge about this thing that is my fault.
But sir, it's your bank statement, it's your income, your name's on the
Actually, I
bank
told
statement.
you I don't.
And you have given us the application, you put in the papers.
Yeah,
Please tell me why you've submitted a false document.
I don't take care of these things. I just asked my wife to give me, and she just put on.
So is it your wife that has given us a false document?
Might be because actually I'm not that much interested in going back. She is the one, like she wants to be there for 2 years or so. So that's the only reason.
Okay, what I'm going to do now, obviously because you've submitted false documents, your application will be refused. I'll give you a letter to explain the reasons why the application's been refused.
All right, so you're gonna give me all the documents right now? Or?
I'm not going to give you the false documents back now.
All right, are you gonna give me my passport?
I'll give you your passport back.
Officer Brown tells the man to wait for his passport. Submitting false documents is a criminal offence. The police have been called. The financial analyst formulates a plan. He'll make for the exit. But the door from the British High Commission back into the streets of Delhi is locked. The financial analyst has nowhere to go. And now the police have arrived.
He's applied for a UK visa. He's given us bank statements and he's given us a degree certificate. And we have written confirmation that those are false documents.
Is it like that much a big crime that you don't know?
The fact that you've put in false documents means that I can't, to be honest, I can't believe anything that you've told me. If you do make a fresh application, your application will automatically be refused. So you won't be issued a UK visa for the next 10 years.
For the next 10 years.
Okay, thank you.
The man was arrested, bailed and later charged with cheating and making false documents. He'll be unable to enter the UK for at least 10 years.
This man is applying for a UK visitor's visa. It's his 4th attempt. Records show that he has 2 different dates of birth. Today, Officer Phil Morgan will ask him about his 2 birthdays and about some fake documents from an earlier application.
On his previous application, he submitted forged share certificates. So we'll raise that at interview and ascertain whether these are actually his certificates. If he admits to them being, then he will automatically fall to be refused. Morning. Who completed your visa application form?
It is me.
You did?
Yeah.
Your previous passport had your date of birth as the 25th of December 1972. Now your present passport...
That is the correct date of birth.
Which one?
This 15th of August, 1975, 1976.
Now with your last application,
Yeah.
you submitted these share certificates.
Oh, that was a mistake. This is not my own. It is the agent that I gave I submit to the travel agency during that time.
But the share certificates are in your name.
I know it's written in my name, but it's not my own.
It's not yours?
Yeah.
How come... Can you explain why the share certificates are in your name?
Yeah. the certificate that I submitted to the travel agency, if you understand what I'm saying, it is them that printed all these things. But I don't know. They came to our shop to collect their money, so that's how that come up.
Okay. So what do you do for a living?
I'm a businessman.
What business are you in?
Trading.
In
I'm
trading?
selling generator, yeah.
Are there any other documents you want me to see?
Yeah. This is my school cert to back.
Is this
to
your
the
West
passport.
African Examination Council
Yeah.
certificate, yeah?
Yeah. I know it's going to be a challenge for me to come here and do that,
Okay.
but I just want you to know that is my
Well, I'll
real-
need to take a photocopy of that, all right?
Yeah.
That's the end of the interview. If you wouldn't mind waiting outside in the waiting room, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've got his West African Examination Council school certificate, which is sort of the equivalent of O-levels or GCSEs in England. And on this certificate, it states his date of birth as the 15th of August 1976, which is the date of birth reflected in his new passport. He hasn't satisfactorily explained these share certificates. We know they're counterfeit, so he has used deception in a previous application. So I am of the opinion that this application will be refused, but we could get him arrested by the local Nigerian police force. Hi, Mr. Yusuf. Your visa application has been refused.
Yeah.
Your visa application has been refused. Your current...
it has been refused.
Yes, it's been refused, okay. And the reason for your refusal is that you submitted forged documents with your previous application. Yes, okay. Right, there's a copy for you. I can't hear you, sorry. Sorry?
Did I stand a chance to apply in another time?
No, because of your previous deception, you've been banned for 10 years before you can apply for another visa application, okay? The gentleman over there has your documents and passport.
My name is Lawal from the Special Force Unit.
A Lagos police officer escorts him from the premises.
You know that forgery is a criminal offense? You know, you don't know.
The man escapes with a warning. Their priority is arresting the large-scale fraudsters running the trade in false documents. This man has been called in because he was arrested in the UK in spring 2009, yet the stamp in his Nigerian passport says he had already returned to Nigeria. He'll be interviewed by Officer Phil Morgan.
The next case we have is a family visitor. He has come to the attention of the police in the UK in March of this year, 2009. And when we look through the entry stamps back into Nigeria, the last entry into Nigeria that he has is on the 12th of November 2008. Now my guess is he's maybe paid somebody to wind back the stamp to show him entering Nigeria before the expiry conditions of his last UK visa, which expired on the 7th of December 2008.
If the man wants a visa, he'll have to explain how he got his passport stamped when he was clearly still in the UK.
Morning. I need to ask you some questions about your current application, okay?
Okay.
What do you do for a living?
At the moment, I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer?
Yes, please.
A farmer in what?
In poultry, fishery, and piggery.
And are you married?
Yeah, happily married.
And how many children do you have?
2 able boys.
2 sons?
Yes, please.
Okay.
My gene is for boys, so I don't want to go further.
I noticed from your passport that you last entered the UK on the 28th of October.
October, yeah.
Yeah? And how long did you stay?
I stay almost 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah, almost.
So when did you return to Nigeria?
March 21.
Sorry?
March 21.
But your visa expired on the your visa expired on the 7th of December 2008.
Yeah.
So you breached your conditions.
No, something terrible happened.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, the last time I traveled, October 27, I traveled with a cousin of mine. His name is Akinremi Adetola.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were to come back on the 12th of November, but I changed my mind to stay 5 more days.
Yeah, so what was the terrible thing that happened then?
Yeah, while he was coming back, he came back with my jacket. And my passport and ticket was in my jacket.
Yes.
When he tendered the passport for stamping at the immigration office here, and you know what applies here is, you'll be on the queue, 2 people will be sitting down. You give your passport to the first person, he sends it to the next person to stamp. Then the next person that stamp will call you when you want to hand over it to you. So by the point of handing over, they discover it's not the owner of the passport, and my passport was withheld.
Does your cousin look anything like you then?
Not really, not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
So the Nigerian immigration officer didn't look at the biodata page and compare the photographs with your cousin?
At the point of delivery, that was when they compared. But they've already done the stamping.
That's very good, thank you. I need to refer to my entry clearance manager, okay?
Okay.
If you'd wait outside, please.
Yeah, I just want to add that why I had to stay long was because of that issue, and it took me 3 months to get emergency travel certificate. That was, in fact, that was so devastating. To apply for emergency travel certificate in Nigerian embassy took 3 months, while I have a lot of things to do here. I have social engagement to attend, I have my business meeting to attend, I have so many things to attend.
But it's an emergency travel document, surely. But they're issued within 24 hours.
That's why I'm surprised. You need to see the crowd. I need to go through the website to download. After downloading, you need to be giving interview date 3 months. It's so disgusting. That's my area of problem with them.
Well, as I said, I need to refer the case to the entry clearance
fine.
manager. So
That's
if you'd
fine.
like to wait outside, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, he's attempted to explain why the re-entry stamp shows the 21st of November. He says that his cousin took his passport back to Nigeria with him and got the Nigerian Immigration Service to stamp that. I don't find that very credible myself.
I've been honest enough to them. I don't think I should lie over any questions. I have told them the absolute truth of what happened, and I don't live in UK. I only go and visit. I don't see any reason why they should not allow me to go anymore.
I put it to him there was no reason why his passport should have been stamped. It should have been his cousin's passport that was stamped.
Correct.
So I believe there's an attempt at deception here to show that he returned before his visa conditions expired. Now, if we were to believe that his passport was brought back to Nigeria by mistake, his reason for staying the extra 3 to 4 months was that he applied for an emergency travel document from the Nigerian High Commission in London, and it took 3 months. Now, I believe those documents are issued within 24 or 48 hours.
Okay.
So I just don't find that credible either.
And has he got a copy of that emergency travel document with him?
I didn't actually ask that, so I can ask him a few more questions if you wish.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Both Phil and Dan have their doubts, so this time Phil will confront the man about his police record.
Do you still have your emergency travel document?
No, they collect it at the immigration office, and I have to stay five hours because I need to collect my passport back, and that was the only evidence to show I'm the owner of the passport.
What did you do for the 3 months while you were waiting for this emergency travel document to be issued?
You can see I've grown belly now. I was feeding.
What, you ate for 24 hours a day?
Sleeping, going around. They're monitoring my business here.
Okay. Have you been arrested and fingerprinted by the police in the UK?
Myself? Over what?
I'm asking you.
Not that I can remember. Yeah, except for driving with my international license, yeah.
So you have been?
Yes.
When was this?
I can't remember, it's been a long time. I can't remember, it should be 4 years.
When you were arrested by the police, what name did you give them?
My name, Adebayo.
Well, I have evidence that you gave a different name.
Can I know the name they told me, they said I gave?
Yes?
Yes, please. Yeah.
It's Adiwele.
Adebayo.
No, Adiwele.
They misquoted then.
No. I have the police record, and that's the name you gave them. And also, what is your date of birth?
1904, 1960.
1960?
Yes, please.
Why did
1964, sorry.
Well, again, I have evidence that you gave the police in the UK your date of birth as the 25th of September 1975.
No, that's not me. That's not me.
Well, they're your fingerprints that the police took, and that's the name you gave them.
No, I'm sure I gave them my name, Adebayo, my correct date of birth. It has never changed.
Okay. And why did the police arrest you?
What happened was I used the extra small tire.
Oh, the emergency tire, yeah?
The emergency tire. And I was arrested because of that.
That's fine, thank you very much. If you'd just like to wait outside again, please.
Thank you.
It's the end of the interview, and the man has failed to explain his deception.
So, plans obviously to refuse for use of deception from obtaining a stamp by deception, which appears genuine.
I believe it is genuine.
And we'll obviously refuse him and refer him to the police.
Indeed. Right, I've referred your application to the entry clearance manager, and your visa application has been refused. The reason it's been refused is that at the time you were arrested by the police, you gave a different name and date of birth from that in your passport. Also, you overstayed in the United Kingdom by more than 28 days.
Yeah, but that was intentional. I explained that.
No, but you should have attempted to regularize your position, your status in the UK, having realized that your visa had expired and that you were in the UK illegally. Anyway, that's a copy for you with your appeal papers, okay? The gentleman over there will give you back the documents and your passport, okay? Thank you.
The gentleman holding his passport is Inspector Lawal of the Lagos Fraud Unit. He was taken away for further questioning, but released without charge the same afternoon.
For Mr. Singh, who wants to study in England, this could be the most important interview of his life. His flight leaves in just 3 hours. Entry clearance officer Dan Brown will be taking his case.
Man Singh, please. Man Singh.
He's a 19-year-old student with no evidence that this guy speaks English, so we'll have a chat with him and see if his English is good enough to be able to follow the course. Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, sir, but if you don't understand me, you have to tell me.
No.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So how long will you stay in the UK?
For my higher education, according to 3 years.
Where will you study?
Yeah, Hertfordshire, sir.
Can you tell me about the structure of the course?
My father-in-law supporting me for fees and my residence and all costs.
Tell me about the structure of the course.
20,000 pounds, and in second and third year, 4 semester.
Okay, let me stop you there. I'll ask you the question in a different way. Can you tell me about the course that you will study in the UK?
Mainly reason after I want to study in UK, and after study I will join my family business and
Okay, so if you can please take a seat at the back, I'll consider your case and speak to you again shortly. Thank you. He's spending a lot of money, a lot of his father-in-law's money on going to the UK, and he couldn't tell me anything about what he was going to be studying. And I would expect that if he's spending so much money and he's really keen on studying, that he'd be able to tell me something about the course, and he could tell me absolutely nothing.
It's not looking good for Mr. Singh.
Mr. Singh, I considered your application today, but I'm not satisfied that you meet the requirements of the rules this time, so I'm going to refuse your application. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mr. Singh won't be catching his flight today. Instead, he must explain the £4,500 down the drain to his father-in-law.
So when you came in January, how long did you stay?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You stayed longer than 2 weeks, sir. You were here 2 months. How come you're spending so much time here? You spend more time here than you do in Pakistan. Why?
No, I'm working in the business only purpose.
All right, sir, I need you to take this piece of paper, please. I need to make some inquiries, OK? You need to take a seat over there.
Officer Lee suspects the passenger has been using visit visas to stay longer in Britain than he claims. Now she wants to dig a little deeper.
He says he's a business owner in Pakistan running a fruit and vegetable business, export business. But I don't see how he can be doing that when he's spending most of the time in the UK. So I'm just going to work out how much time he's actually been spending here since he got his first visa. 6 weeks he was home. I conclude from my investigations that this gentleman is living here. He's out of 30 months, he's spent 26.5 months here. And of course, we don't know what he's actually doing while he's here, which is what we're going to attempt to find out. OK, sir. You come with me, please?
Yeah.
How many bags do you have with you? Just this one and one other?
Immigration officers have the powers to search luggage for evidence.
You said you didn't have any documents. What's this? OK, this is a notice from Company's House saying your accounts are due for your company. You're supposed to be a visitor in the UK. Why are you running a company here? Why have you got this?
No, it's company. Now is my company.
It's your company? Yeah, it is, because it's registered here. Why would they have a detail of your company?
No.
OK. All right, so bags on the trolley, please. We're going to go back upstairs.
Upstairs is where the formal interview rooms are. Officer Lee is now going on record, and her visitor has asked for the help of an interpreter.
When you are here, are you spending all your time marketing your business?
Yes.
Because I'm not satisfied that you're just visiting the UK. You haven't given me sufficient information, and I don't understand some of your answers. You're not giving me explanations as to why you need to fly here. The basis of what he's saying is that he's been here pretty much solidly since October 2005 to market his fruit and veg business that he runs in Pakistan. He's not had any orders from anyone in the UK for that whole time, and yet when asked why he's sending money back to Pakistan, he says it's for packaging and boxes, even though he's not actually sold anything to package or box. He must be doing something to earn money. I'm not satisfied about what you've been doing for 26 months because you can't explain. So how can I be satisfied of what you're going to do this time? There's a high likelihood that he's been told to stick to a simple story. We see it quite often. It's an unbelievable story, and yet if you stick to it, what can we do? And it's very probable that he's heard through the grapevine. Don't tell him anything, just keep quiet, don't try and include too many people in it, and if they can't prove anything, then you might be all right.
Officer Lee has heard and seen enough. For the final decision, she will consult her boss, the Chief Immigration Officer.
His sole purpose in coming to the UK is to be to market his business in the UK, not as a visitor.
Well, if that's what he's actually doing.
If that's what he's doing, but
if that's what he's doing,
we haven't got evidence
singularly
otherwise. We
unsuccessful,
don't have any pay slips or anything like that, or any NI numbers or anything like that to say he's working.
I think he clearly falls to be refused. I think we'll cancel it on the basis of
Okay, do a change of circumstances then, yeah.
Which will give him the right of appeal before removal. If he chooses to exercise it, then that's fine.
Okay, the passenger is being refused entry and he will go back to Pakistan. The earliest flight is tomorrow morning, so he's going to remain in our holding room overnight because unfortunately it's too late now to get him a bed for the night and get him back here in time for the flight, which is at 5 to 8 in the morning. Okay, so this is the reason why you've been refused entry. Do you want me to read it to you, or would you like it translated? We had lots of evidence to work with, and whilst we didn't get a confession as to exactly what he was doing, we were able to establish that he's not just a visitor, and so essentially he's using the UK as a base for whatever he's doing. And there's enough reason there to cancel his visa because he stated when he applied for it he would come for a 3-week holiday, and he's spent 26 out of the last 30 months here.
The passenger was detained overnight and placed on a flight back to Pakistan the following day.